guys, my name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War Top 5 Best Class Setup video, man. Today we're going to be looking at some of my favorite guns in the entire game, along with the class setups that I think are the best for these weapons as well, whether it makes the gun more accurate, takes away the recoil, or just kills the enemies faster than any other class with that weapon. Today we're going to look at it and we got a bunch of guns on this one that I think you guys are going to enjoy. So you guys can subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on. I would truly appreciate that. Drop a like on this one, guys. We're going to go for 2,000 likes on this one, and let me know down in the comments below which gun you use that you think a lot of people don't like. For me, it's the XM4. A lot of people seem not to like it for some reason, but I love using it, so I'm gonna give you guys a class for that one for sure. Alright guys, let's get straight into it. So the first gun on the list is going to be the XM4 because I just mentioned it. I feel like I might as well just throw that one out there first. And this is a class that I've given you guys just a couple of days ago, but I believe not enough people are using this class because the attachments are so random on it that it just doesn't make any sense. But today we're going to talk about that. The first thing you want to run on the XM4 is going to be the Microflex LED for the optic. Now the reason I'm running this one is because it's the smallest optic in the game. You don't really lose any vision with it, and you could pretty much glue onto the enemies with this sight right here. It makes it really nice, really easy, and you could drop people quick. The next attachment you want to throw on is the underbarrel foregrip, which just gives you horizontal recoil control. Now the reason I'm running this is because the vertical recoil on the XM4 is very easy to control. You just want to worry about the horizontal, and this gives it to you right there. The magazine is the jungle style mags. If I could reload 20% faster, I don't need as many bullets in the magazine, which makes you reload a lot slower. So I'd rather have this one on. You can reload fast, get back into the action, and do what you got to do. The handle I like to run is the speed tape. Now it only gives you 10% ADS, but it doesn't give you any cons, which I think is really worth running. And then for the stock, again, we're going to use the buffer tube, which gives you 30% sprint to fire time, but it only takes away 15% hip fire accuracy. So in my opinion, that's the one you want to use, at least because it gives you less cons than the Raider pad, for example, which gives you 30% hip fire accuracy as a negative. I wouldn't want to run that, so definitely go ahead and run this class for the XM4. It's really damn nice. Now let's move on to the AK-74U, probably the best SMG in the game. And even if you use this class, you could use it in Warzone as well and still go off on people. Now I'm gonna say there is no optic on this class, so if you're playing Warzone, you might want to think about taking off something and throwing on an optic, but it's not needed. You don't need it. This gun is for close range. You're not going to be using this at 100 meters out. The first thing you want to run on this is the muzzle Spetsnaz compensator. Now this gives you 12% vertical recoil control, and it takes away some horizontal, but it's all good because this gun right here has a lot of vertical kick. Now if you are playing Warzone, run the groove suppressor instead, which gives you that damage range, vertical recoil control, and all that kind of stuff. The barrel is going to be the biggest one you could get for this, and that's the 10.3-inch task force, which gives you 8% damage, 50% effective damage range, and 75% bullet velocity, which in my opinion, that's something insane. That's really damn nice, and it actually turns this gun from close range to mid-range. You could go shoot people at mid-range now and still do a decent job. The underbarrel for this one is going to be the Spetsnaz grip to get that vertical recoil control even better, and it also gives you horizontal recoil control at 20%. So we lost some horizontal before, but we're getting it all right back right here, so definitely run that. Really worth it. The handle is the Serpent Wrap for 25% ADS time. It takes away 10% sprint to fire time, but we're going to get that right back with the stock, which is the no stock, that gives you 30% sprint to fire and only takes away 15% hip fire accuracy. So this class right here for the AK-74U, in my opinion, it's probably the best one if you're going just for close and mid-range. Now if you could use the AK-74U at longer range, but I don't really suggest it. There are people who go ahead and do that, yeah, sure, whatever, but chances of you winning a gunfight at long range with the AK-74U are kind of against you. You're probably not going to win most of them, so definitely just keep it for those tighter maps and in Warzone for those in close range gunfights. Definitely do that. Now let's move on to another gun on this list, and this class right here, I can't really take credit for it. It came with the variant of the gun, but what I do want to say is that it is actually a very solid class. So if you don't want to waste money on the variant, you guys could definitely make this class and it still works exactly the same. So the first thing you want to run is the optic mill-stop reflex. For some reason, having that 1.37 time magnification really does work on the AUG. It does make it feel a lot more accurate. You do feel like you kind of have a little bit of aimbot, and it just does work out in your favor. The barrel is the 19.6-inch match grade for 100% effective damage range. So let's say the max damage you do is 32 damage per shot at 20 meters. You can now do 32 damage per shot at 40, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like that's gonna kill people like really fast. That's why a lot of people are starting to use the Black Ops Cold War AUG in Warzone. After that, the underbarrel is going to be the Infiltrator grip for movement speed, shooting move speed, and aim walking move speed, all at 5%. It makes you move really quickly, you can dodge bullets a little easier, and make yourself a harder target to hit. The magazine is going to be the Salvo 54 round fast mags, which is really great. You lose a lot of ADS, you lose 25% ADS, but you get 80% magazine ammo capacity, 35% reload quickness. You're going to reload really damn fast with 54 bullets, 80% max starting ammo, and 80% ammo capacity, which is, it's crazy if you ask me. Now, if you don't like losing that ADS, you could definitely put on the airborne elastic wrap for the handle to get that ADS back, but instead, we're using this gun for long range. ADS isn't as important. I'm gonna stick with the stock tactical stock, so you could get more aim walking movement speed at 20% and make yourself harder to hit at those longer distances, which I find is more important than ADS when we're talking about anywhere between 50 to plus 100 meters away. So definitely go ahead and do that. Nice class. Now going on to my favorite gun, one of my favorite guns in the game. Definitely not the best gun, but it's really good for an SMG, and that's the Bullfrog. This gun right here does insane damage even at long range. So if you did want to use any SMG for long range, this is the one I would really recommend. Now the Bullfrog is crazy good. There's a lot of classes you can make for this, but I kind of made one that's better for close and mid range because it is an SMG. That is where I'm going to be using it more often, but you could still use it at those longer distances. Now the first thing you want to run on this one right here, I would highly recommend the Spetsnaz compensator, so you could get 12% vertical recoil control. Now you are losing horizontal, but don't worry about that because we're going to get that right back. The barrel you want to run is the 7.4 inch Task Force, which gives you 3% damage, 50% effective damage range, and 75% bullet velocity. We already spoke about that. That's really nice to have on a gun, so I would definitely recommend using that 100%. Now the underbarrel you want to use for this one right here, if you want that horizontal recoil control back, is the Spetsnaz grip, which gives you vertical and horizontal. Now honestly, I don't feel like I really need to get that horizontal recoil control back that I lost, because I'm pretty good at controlling the recoil, but if you're not good, definitely run this. Now if you are like me and you don't need to run that, run the magazine fast mag instead. This gun has a very big magazine. It takes very long to reload this gun, so if you could throw the fast mag on and get 18% reload quickness, it does help you out a lot. You have a lot of bullets in this gun, so you don't have to worry about running a magazine any bigger. Definitely run the fast mags just so you could reload a lot faster. After that, we're going to go to the handle, which is the serpent wrap for 25% ADS time, which is nice to have, especially on an SMG that's already fast at ADSing. And the stock is going to be the no stock, so you get 30% sprint to fire time. So this class right here, I've given you this one, I believe in the past, or one very similar to this. I don't think I gave you this exact one, but it's really, really good. And it's one class that I'm always going to recommend people use because it's one of those guns that's good at close, mid, and long range. It just feels like a laser. Try it out. I know it doesn't feel that good when you first start using the gun, but the more you play with it, the better it is. Now, the last weapon on this list is going to be the MAC-10, and the reason for that is because this class right here works in Warzone and it works in Cold War. Now, the one difference is there is one attachment that you got to change for Warzone, and it makes a drastic difference, and it's kind of really needed in Warzone, but I'm going to give you guys the Cold War class, but just to let you know that if you are playing Warzone, throw on the agency suppressor and maybe take off something like the handle or the stock. But for now, we're not going to throw on the agency suppressor. This is the Cold War class. You don't need it at the moment. The first thing you want to run is the barrel 5.9 inch Task Force, which gives you extra damage at 4%, effective damage range, and bullet velocity. Anytime you could get extra damage on a gun, go ahead and use it unless the gun is already really strong, then maybe run a different barrel that'll help you in other aspects. After that, the underbarrel, we're going to use the Field Agent grip to get 6% vertical recoil control and 20% horizontal recoil control. The MAC-10 has a lot of kick, so you want to be able to control both vertical and horizontal at the same time. This attachment does it for you. The magazine is the STANIKE 53 round drum, which is pretty damn insane if you ask me. It gives you 66% magazine ammo capacity, 66% max starting ammo, and ammo capacity, which is really good. Now the reloading is a little slow, but you need to have 53 rounds on this gun. 43 does the trick as well, but 53 just works out a lot nicer. That's for Warzone. If you're playing Cold War, 43 is all you need, and I would recommend the 43 round speed mag instead. But for Warzone, the 53 round drum is definitely what you want. Now the handle is going to be the airborne elastic wrap, so you get 30% ADS, 90% flinch resistance, so you're not gonna flinch much at all when getting shot. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to stay on target, and you could also aim while going prone. So if drop shotting is something you like doing, you could easily do it with that attachment right there. Now the stock is gonna be the Raider stock for 30% sprint to fire time and 10% aim, walk, and movement speed, which you already aim and walk really fast with this gun. It's the smallest SMG in the game, so you don't have to worry about that too much, but it does give you an additional pro in that aspect right there. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to drop a like. Like I said, we're gonna go for 2,000 likes on this one. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on, and if you made it this far into the video, comment pink elephants down in the comments below just to mess with people. It's fun. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.